this thing of being consumed by fear and anxiety can be totally terrifying, to the extent that we do start having terror attacks, panic attacks, and that kind of thing. And we have all of these various symptoms of headaches, sleep disturbance, muscle pain, tightness in the body, heart rate goes up, shortness of breath, as we can't sleep, etc., etc. And what we are doing with this practice is that we are basically grabbing a hold of some of those symptoms, some of those feelings of tension, and we are using them as a way of going backward, from the tensions, from the symptoms, to a more relaxed and a more deeply aware state, where we realize that all of this is basically energy under pressure. And so we want to be able to go from this energy under pressure, this feeling of tightness, to a state of flow. We want to feel the energy flowing in ourselves as much as possible. But the main thing about it is that we cannot afford to repress and deny. If we repress and deny, say, well, I don't feel any fear, I don't feel any anxiety, I'm not affected at all. Okay, then be very careful that you are not just fooling yourself, and that the fooling yourself makes you more and more and more stuck in that repression and denial. So this is stuff that psychologists will say also. When you are becoming aware a little bit, or when you realize that there is this fear and anxiety, then by looking it in the eye is the expression one psychologist was using that I was reading up on, and that's very apt, for open eyes practice. Look it in the eye. Face yourself, face your inner state. That's the first step. Without that, you can't do much about it inside yourself, because then it has a life of its own, and it more or less takes over and does bad things to you. What we are doing with this rising energy meditation practice, or any real practice that you are doing to help you deal with fear and anxiety, or any tension and stress and agitation, which life is full of for everyone, then this kind of process can happen, and it can help you to move through this process more quickly, so that you get to a sense of, oh, okay, fine, so we've gone through this, I have dealt with my own fear and anxiety about this. And fear, by the way, is something that is based on some real events that has caused that reaction. And anxiety is more of the general sense of apprehension, or the basic angst at the core of living for a lot of people, most people, I would say. But they are very closely related, and they lead to similar difficulties. Now, just to start talking a little bit about the rising energy meditation practice, this is something that, of course, is a part of yoga. And yoga is not what we are looking at in the West when we go to the exercise places and try to look better and all that. That's okay, fine. But yoga is really an ancient discipline for inner growth and inner development of a deep holistic sense of self. So it has the goal of transforming our inner state and give us a deeper feeling of liberation. We let go of tension. We feel a deeper contact with the core of our being. But it leads to a real transformation of awareness. It's part of the tantric tradition, which means that we embrace everything and feel the transformation of being stuck in whatever we're feeling or whatever we are experiencing, to feeling that that is a flow of energy, and then gradually a state of simple awareness, state of being, which has really no problems in it. It's very possible, and many of you who've practiced now for a while, you have been in touch with that. You sense this place where there are no problems. You know, you get a glimpse of, oh, I just am. I am totally relaxed. I am in touch with my deeper sense, my deeper energy, and here I can listen and get some increased wisdom and joy and sense of being from the depth of myself. The reason we call it rising energy meditation is that you can have a sense that your energy is rising in your spine. Many of you have had that experience. Maybe some of you who are now doing this for the first time can have a little glimpse of that. You know, as things start to move inside, as you go into your heart and you say, oh, I really wish to have all my attention in my heart. I want to open it and feel this expansion. And as that happens, already we are getting in touch with an expanded awareness, ultimately infinity. You know, you can let yourself go totally into that state where there are no problems. And from there, you can move in the world without the same level of attachment and the same level of fighting and fussing and having conflicts with everything in your life. Because at that level, which you learn gradually to get in contact with through the practice, if you do it regularly, then, you know, this informs you from it inside yourself. And it's of course it can lead you to better relationships with people. It can lead you to more success in your jobs. It can lead to a lot of good things, which in and of themselves are not the goal. The goal has to always be to be in that deeper state and to move in that deeper state, and then things happen naturally. You get the messages from within what to do, and you do it. So it's a very powerful way to practice, and it really does have more of a dividend than anything else you can invest your time in. And I would say that right now, you know, in this particular moment, there's a huge invitation in the atmosphere to do this practice or something like it, something that makes you able to sit down and not be bored, but to do something really fascinating